Hey, Casey, how you doing?
Hey, Jamie, how are you?
Good. Let's see. What
Hey,
we're
I
at?
can see the duck in the nighttime. That's cool.
Yeah, I have my flashlight on like a fairly low setting now, so hopefully this isn't bothering
She
much,
probably
but we
thinks you're
won't.
a UFO coming to pick her up and do experiments.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd take a quick glance at how she's actually looking out here.
Hey, what's
So
her
she,
name?
um, Maddie, I think is, or gosh, I guess I have to ask Karen again.
Ah,
Mallory, that's it, Mallory.
oh, okay.
Mallard Duck, Mallory. So now that we've gotten a quick look at her and her nesting and everything there, we'll let her be at peace for the evening, and we'll run in. I'll run into the computer, and we'll switch to our slides, and we'll see some photos that I took yesterday afternoon.
How cool is that? And this afternoon at 5:30, I saw she was off her nest.
Oh yeah, you actually saw when you
Yeah.
did. Yep, that was we had just run to my parents' house, and we were when we came back. The She was out again this afternoon, and we saw an empty nest. And I would have taken some pictures of it, except she had actually had all the eggs covered this
Ah.
afternoon, so there wasn't anything to see. She had just nesting material and such all over it.
Hey, listen, if you know anybody with a stethoscope, well,
We
I
have
guess it'd be
stethoscopes, yeah.
you can hear the ducklings pipping when they're ready to hatch, and they also talk.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, I'm not sure if I'd want to disturb the eggs that much
that's what I
to.
was just thinking because you're not close enough that you could just hang your head down. You got to crawl through the bushes or something.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, well, we have some pictures here that now today's 6:29, Saturday evening, and these pictures were yesterday afternoon, 6:28. And I was out for a couple hours, and I came back, and from the street, I saw her sitting in the kind of out in the middle of the driveway. She's just kind
Hmm.
of standing there, and
Just like
I
was
hesitated.
she standing on her feet or was she kind of crouched?
Well, I'm not sure initially what it was because I guess I was out in the, I mean, I was driving in the car getting home, and I noticed her just in the driveway. So I'm not sure what position she was in at that point, but I hesitated a little bit, and I thought, well, I guess if I just back in slowly, she'll go ahead and like climb back in her nest and get out of my way. I thought the car just backing in slowly would spook her enough to like, to go ahead and get in her nest.
And
You
it
know,
didn't?
or no, it didn't. It was actually I got pulled up and I parked, and I was uh, sitting there, and she's still there. She's like 8 feet, 10 feet behind my car bumper, and maybe she moved around a little bit, but then I thought, okay, well, I have my camera right here next to me, so I'm like, I'll open the car door and I'll turn around and I'll take some pictures. And I thought, well, that's going to be enough to startle her and have her turn away, and she didn't. So then I stood up and I started getting out of the car. Let me pull up one of the first pictures. So this was
Okay.
probably about when I was still in the car, and she had moved over, a few feet by this point that from where she was originally, and now she's, within a few feet of going into the mint patch there where her nest is. Um,
So she's
but then
close to the water, but you did you actually see her drinking or
No, yeah, I haven't ever seen her drinking, and she was farther away from she was farther away initially when I got home. I mean, she was further out into the yard, and
well, see,
we,
she is crouching. In chickens, they call that broody, and a lot of times they'll fluff their feathers all up and they'll spread their tail out and spread their wings out, and it's the way they sit on the eggs. And if they don't have eggs, they'll sometimes sit on things anyway.
yeah. Now you just saw a wider shot there, and
Hmm.
Now I moved. I walked a few steps closer to her even, and she didn't. She still wasn't even moving.
Mm.
And I'll close this and just skip ahead in the picture set here. And so as I got in a little bit closer, we can see what happened here. And you might have to click, and see a larger version of the video for the people that are watching this. But let me just go through the sequence. These
Oh,
were
so we
taken.
can pick whatever picture we want to look at?
Yeah, I just have them all in a folder here. So this
Cool.
happened pretty quick. Let me just hover over this and look at the timestamps.
You know what strikes me is I'm aware of the white tail feathers, but I've never seen them spread. And when I think about how many hours I have or how many encounters with mallards I've had, because they're all over, for example, the National Zoo and, all that kind of thing. And I've never seen this before. So I'm surprised with how beautiful she is, and I'm surprised that she's like that. It's very subtle beauty, but very pretty. Oh, you can really, with a series of pictures, you can really see the wings coming in and out.
It was just a split second there. Yeah, she just went and did this, and let me see if I can click into this window and see if
Well,
I
we
can see
we
the time.
read that they will pretend like they're injured in order to keep people away from their nest too, didn't we?
Yeah.
But when that happens, a lot of times the bird will run and stumble and act like they're actually injured and move away from their own nest. And then when they have dragged the attention of the other being away from the nest, they'll kind of take off and
Okay.
fly.
Yeah. This all happened really quick. This was, I don't know if you can see the timestamp, but we're talking about 16, 16, 31 seconds, 32 seconds, 32, 33. So this was a second later from the first picture. So she just went like that, really quick, spread out, and then even down here. So this was just her moving around. Then she's tucked in again more at 40 here. So this is about 15 seconds later. So this all, she was doing these kind of different things with fluffing out her, her feathers, spreading her feathers like that, over a pretty quick period of time. And I see this was about a minute and a half later it must have been a couple minutes total that I was standing out there with her, and she was still here in this position.
Yeah, so can we go to the very end? Can we see the last photos?
Sure, sure.
I want to see if she's
Now,
standing up or not.
this is where she's heading back in towards the net.
Ah,
Oops, sorry, I slipped off of that one.
so she still has her tail outspread, but her wing carriage is different.
Yep.
That blue area on the wing is iridescent blue. It's very beautiful, and they call those the spectrum feathers, as I recall.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, the
Um,
males have an iridescent green, dark green head, and they have a black curly feather coming out of the preen gland, and they're considered very easy to identify because of that. And
and now I can say this is one of the first times I've actually seen her feet, because we've all had all these overhead shots and stuff,
oh
and
yeah,
nothing, but they're moving around, so we can see the traditional, or what I think of the
so
orangish,
yeah, orange
webbed
feet
duck
and
feet. And it's
blackish
kind of
bill.
interesting. We just haven't seen them. I don't think we've seen them in any other shots, because she's always just laying down.
Yeah, because
So
there
then
are
we,
other ducks that are similar, and you might as well notice. Oh, and she went right back to her nest then.
yep, you can see this series of shots here. Actually, we're going reverse right now. So
Now you
forward,
know where the
forward.
door is.
Yep, forward, and she's just going right in there. And then the 25. This is this is like 2 seconds later. Then she's just hopped right in there, and then I walked up, and then she was back in the nest, and she's looking like right towards the block windows in the basement, right here. So.
Hmm.
Um, so anyway, and then we saw her. Then we saw her tonight in that little capture. All right, sorry about the little glitch there. Looks like Google Plus has other plans for my evening, but I'm back in. So I was just saying there, since we don't know the exact day of the hatch, we're going to be following her closely. So we'll get you another update within about the next day. So stay tuned here for our duck updates, and we will have some baby ducklings before long to show you. Ideally, or our best guess is in less than a week. So. Thanks again, and check back in with us on synalia.com for more updates, synalia.com. And thanks again also to Casey for joining us this evening.
Thanks, Jamie. It was fun.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.